Alright, and I think unless we have more technical difficulties, we should be back. I'm going to double check here, but we were just live streaming, but the stream started to get very glitchy, and so I want to make sure that we are in fact live streaming again. So, let's see. Alright, looks like we're good. I apologize for those that were in the last one, and whatnot. I don't know what happened. It got really glitchy. Hopefully that doesn't happen again this time. So what we're talking about today is pond plants. I apologize for anybody that's rejoining the live stream after that whole debacle, but I want to kind of make this one solid stream, so that's what we're just going to go with. Anyway, we're back with another Water Change Wednesday live stream here. We're going to be talking about pond plants today and kind of what you can use them in your aquarium and setups and stuff like that. We are venturing into other sorts of plants. As you can see, we have air plants like I touched on last week. We have pond plants. We have, I think that's it right now as far as different types of plants. But we'll be getting other ones soon, hopefully. Just have to make a setup for it. So we're just, you know, keep an eye out. I just want to give a big thanks to Miso Shrimp for a super chat in the last stream. She said, thanks for the help and info you give to plant-loving community. You're very welcome, and I appreciate the $2.99 super chat. Okay, so we're back. Any pond plants on sale? There is actually, I think it's 10% off if you order any 4 or more pond plants. I'm just going to go to the website and double check. I think I made it any 4 or more. Let's see. It'll say when it pops up. Buy any 3 or more and get 10% off. So you get 10% off if you buy any 3 pond plants. So anything in the pond plant category you order 3 of, you get that. Also, air plants are, I think, buy 4 get 25% off or 20% off, something like that. Where's the air plants? Air plants. Air plants are, yeah, buy 4 or more air plants to get 25% off. So that's essentially, what is it? Buy 3 get 1 free. So good deal. And yeah, so before the stream cut out, we were talking about this plant over here. I'll just briefly go through it once again real quick for anybody new joining us or anything like that. This is a dwarf banana tree. There's 2 different kinds that we're selling. This is truly tiny, which is only 2 to 4 feet tall. The other one is the dwarf Cavendish, which gets slightly bigger than that. Well, and by slightly, I mean like 6 feet tall. This only gets 4 feet tall. So this is about the size of a small human. The other one is about the size of Kevin, and yeah. But they are fruiting trees, so these will actually grow edible bananas, but keep in mind they're like yay big, so they're not going to be, you know, your usual bananas that you get from the grocery store. They like their roots wet. They love a lot of water, so you can keep them in a pond. These right now are just sitting in a tank with their roots in the water. So if you have a pond or something, I would put them in, like, I would first repot them out of this into a bigger container. When you first get them, this is a 4-inch pot. I would probably go up to a 6-inch pot. You could set them in your pond. You could set them in a regular pot and just keep watering them. And yeah, they make for a really good, cool little tree decoration for your pond. And I think they're really cool. I have one upstairs. It's about half the size of this now, but I bought it when it was a quarter of the size about. And it's doing pretty well. I have it in like a 6-inch pot right now. So this is way bigger. Definitely needs to be repotted once you get it. But yeah, pretty cool tree. You could put this in any sort of planter and you'd be good to go. Let's put this back. So I know everybody loves floating plants. Everybody loves floating plants, so we got a new type of floating plant in. Actually, we got 3 kinds, I think. One of which I didn't put on the website yet because I want to see how it does, but one of them I did, and this one. So this is water hyacinth, and you've probably seen this. If you ever have seen a pond, this is a plant that is like in every pond. It's just there. I think even Joey put this in his 2,000-gallon tank. It didn't do well, I think, because of the humidity, he said. I also think it might have been the light. keep in mind, pond plants and outdoor plants, they grow in a lot of light. So you need a good light source if you're going to put these in an indoor aquarium. With that said, you could put them in an indoor aquarium. They would make great for fries. They have really thick roots. They'll produce babies, much like dwarf water lettuce or frog bit, and baby, you know, have baby plants all over. They'll multiply quickly. Yeah, water hyacinth. Hyacinth? Am I saying it right? I'm probably butchering in the name. I'm so bad at these scientific names and just pronunciation in general. English was not my strongest subject in school. But anyway, so yeah, so these are great for floating, great floating plants for ponds. Can go in with goldfish. Can go in with koi. Typically, I mean, they'll eat at the roots, but they'll still probably be okay. And yeah, just keep the leaves wet and they'll be fine. Easy beginner pond plants for a possible 50-gallon pond. Well, it depends on like the height and whatnot you're going with. But I mean, overall, the majority of what I have, like if you have an outdoor pond, all these plants are going to do well. They're going to have full sun, essentially. I mean, as long as you're in like a really sunny spot. And that's it. Like, they're all going to be incredibly easy as long as like you just kind of, you know, don't do anything to disrupt them. Like, you know, some plants want to be in full water, right? That like can be like their roots can be completely in water. Some of them like to be like off to the edge, but be in moist soil. So like we tried to be as descriptive as we can on the website for them. Like if they want to be in moist soil or if they want to be completely wet. If they want to be completely wet, stick them in a pond. Take a, you know, like a terracotta pot, put them in there, and just put them in your pond. Let them sink and enjoy it. So yeah, so water hyacinth, a good floating plant. But yeah, another one here. This is actually a really cool one that I like that I'm going to be doing a future build with. This is called Sweet Flag. We actually also have them by the individual plant, but honestly, like, this is just buy the pot. Like, this is a lot of plant here. So Sweet Flag is it's like a rhizome plant, much like Anubis or Java ferns. So it grows, you know, horizontally and sends leaves up. Overall, just really easy plant. I love the foliage. This is the variegated form, so it has white and green to it. It almost looks like a spider plant. If anybody's ever seen a spider plant, like it's a typical house plant or outdoor plant, but this is just really cool. I'm going to be using this in a future micro pond that I have an idea for, or a future tank build that we're going to be doing. So yeah, so this is just a really cool one. Same thing, keep the roots wet. You don't want to completely submerge it. With that said, though, I do have, like, if I was you, I wouldn't completely submerge it. Long term, I have some. I've had it completely submerged, or like floating, so like it's completely in water, but it like has access to the air, so it's kind of like borderline. But yeah, so just don't completely submerge it is my best bet to you. But yeah, pretty sweet. Let's see, 4 to 9 zone, so depending on where you live, 4 to 9. This could actually live outdoors where I am. So somebody asked, can you go over water celery, variegated sweet flag, which is behind us? Yes. Sensitive plant and mosaic plant. So in this week's unboxing video, I actually touched on mosaic plant and sensitive plant. So if you haven't seen that, go back and rewatch it. Sensitive plant is cool. It likes it. If you touch the leaves, it'll curl up its leaves. I wouldn't do it all the time, but definitely a really cool plant. There's 2 variations. Those like to be plant, like they can have their roots wet, but the majority of the plant wants to be above or floating on the water. So do that. Mosaic plant is a difficult plant to keep indoors unless you have like really powerful light, but outdoors it'll do great. Turns red, but it is a tropical plant, so you will have to bring it indoors during the winter. It will not survive unless you are in a tropical setting, so it needs to stay warm. Let's touch on the water celery, though. You asked about water celery. So this is variegated water celery, and this is actually like a truly amazing plant. A friend of mine, Shrimpery on Instagram, he has this plant in it's like I don't know, like a paludarium, I guess, setup where it's half water and half above the water. And like he has this plant just absolutely amazing. It gets bright pink in his tank because he has a really powerful light. It's probably not going to show up there too well, but the white parts of the outer leaf actually can get pink. Overall, just, you know, put it in there. Keep the, like, it could stay, like, you could submerge, you know, like this much of the plant. As long as the top growth is out of the water, it's going to be fine. And yeah, pretty easy plant. It's going to provide you with tons of color. And I want to actually use this in a micro pond setup that I have an idea for. So this is going to be another one that I use. What's up from San Antonio, Texas? How's it going, brother? What's up, Redneck Aquatics? It's going pretty good. It's hot today. How's it over by you in Texas? I imagine it's got to be hot. Next up, I have a gimmicky plant, and by gimmicky, I mean it just has a really cool gimmick to it. Other than it having cool little yellow flowers here that are really cool looking, they almost look like little sunflowers, essentially, just like nano sunflowers. But this is called the toothache plant, or also called the lemon drop plant. You can actually eat these leaves, and they act as a natural anesthetic, which will numb your mouth. I think the history behind these, they used to be for used as anesthetic for like dentist work and stuff like that. And is it next week's unboxing? Yeah, next week's unboxing, you'll actually see when we get these in. Jake actually ate a bunch of these, a bunch of the leaves, so it was actually kind of humorous. With that said, I don't recommend you eat these plants. Do so of your own free will and fruition, but yeah, really cool plant. Just because of that fact, it also has those nice yellow flowers, and yeah. Can you eat it now? I will not eat it, okay? I don't put things in my mouth that I don't know where they've been. So, next up, let's touch on this. So you would have all seen the carnivorous plant video by now, I assume. If you haven't, make sure you go back and check that out. We uploaded on Sunday. It's a micro carnivorous plant pond. But here we have some Sarracenias. These are, what is the name of these guys again? The names are so like all over the place with these guys. Scarlet Bell, that's right. Okay, Scarlet Bell. So we have 2 different kinds in stock. There's also 2 other ones that I got, but I'm keeping for myself because they're really cool, and I only got 1 of each. So, but these are Sarracenia species. They are a type of carnivorous plant. What's really cool about them is if you have bugs or gnats around in your home, you can like just put a pot of these. They like to be, they can't be like fully submerged. Like you don't want to submerge the whole thing, but like you can put them in a little tray of water, or like rest them in like some sort of micro pond setup that you do, or even outdoors in a bog garden if you were up to it. And they will eat bugs. Bugs will actually fly down into, without dropping water on my thing, you see these like little heads at the top. Well, the bug goes up and in, and then gets trapped inside, and then eventually digested by digestive juices. And overall, really cool. Have you ever seen a what's it called? Venus flytrap? These are kind of like a similar type of plant, but a Venus flytrap like closes up around the prey. This one, they just fall down in and can't get back up. So these are really cool. We got this one, and then we got a Carolina yellow jacket, which is a yellow variation. It's or golden variation. That's really cool looking. But the trick to these guys is they don't like typical tap water. Unless you live on a well and have really low TDS, I don't recommend using your tap water. You need RO water, or around 100 TDS. Like I wouldn't use straight RO water all the time. If you think about what RO water does, it has no nutrients, no electrolytes, nothing in it. When we drink it, it actually pulls electrolytes and stuff out of our body, which is harmful to us. So I imagine it's going to be the same for the plant. So you want to mix it maybe with a little tap water to get it around 100 TDS. If you're not sure what your TDS is, maybe get a TDS meter, or just use distilled water and mix like I would say maybe like 1/10 tap water into it, and that'll probably be a good mixture. But yeah, so cool little carnivorous plant. These are pitcher plants. We're gonna get more different species in a couple weeks, but that's what we have in right now. And then I want to touch on this tall plant because it's just really cool looking. This is one of the ones I want to put outside in my own pond when I get a chance to. This is called Stargrass or White Tap Sage, and the reason why it has the name is because the flowers, make sure I don't drop the pot, the flowers up here are white and they have a star-like pattern. It's a truly beautiful plant. When I pulled it out of the box when we first got it in, I was like, oh my god, this plant's awesome. This and ornamental rice, so like my two like favorite ones right now I want to use for like my big pond. But yeah, it's just a really tall plant. As you can see, this is sitting on the table. It's probably at least 24 to 30 inches tall. Typical pond plant. There's nothing really too crazy or special about this. I think, what's the max height? This thing could get pretty tall, I think. It says max height is 24 inches. This thing is at least like this thing's more than 24 inches. But yeah, I like that plant. What's up, Mass Aquariums in the house? Yeah, plant's pretty awesome. Are there any test kits for TDS? There isn't, but if you go to Hannah Instruments, this is the one that I have. Hannah Instruments. Hannah Instruments. Oh my god, there we go. So I got I got one of these from, or it's Hannah Inst. I got one of these from Hannah at last year's Aquatic Experience. Where are they? TDS. Here we go. Is this it? I think this is it. Let's see. Waiting for it to load. TDS. Nope, that's probes. Where the hell? TDS. They're relatively cheap. Like, I could sell them. Let's see. Oh, well, huh? Oh, I guess they are. I mean, they're like $52. I guess that isn't that cheap. I thought they were like $30 or something around there. I mean, but they're good and they're useful. Like, you could use them for your aquarium. So, other than that, there might be other ways. I see Kevin says, yes, there are test kit pens and a fluid. Never seen that one, but I like the Hannah Instruments one. It's really easy. You just literally put it in there, boom, good to go. What the hell? Gotta... No, go away. No. We're gonna... Boom. That guy's gone. Later. Are these like for ponds? They are. They are for ponds. Somebody says there's a super cheap TDS pen-like probe on Amazon. That's a good one. What are these? Oh my god, why does this keep falling? Stay. Instagram. Stay. Yeah, so those are all pond plants. We have like 30 other types that are on the website now, so you can check them out. I think you buy any 3, you get 10% off, so pretty cool. Is it okay to run CO2 in a tank with a sponge filter? Yep. Sure. Is that one portion, and do you ship it that size? Can you show the rice too? Is it the black and purple rice colored plant? Yeah. So what you see here is the shipping size. I ordered special boxes just to be able to ship these, and they're not cheap. So that's why, like, the banana tree is like, I think $25 on the website. But keep in mind that's including the increase in price for shipping, because like our normal standard shipping price can range anywhere between like $6 and $10. Shipping these guys goes up to like $15 to $20. So like essentially, like, the majority of the cost for the plant is the shipping itself. And I tried to like spread it out so that way it's not all in there. So like originally I was gonna make them a bit more, but I was like, well, I don't know if anybody's gonna pay $30 for one of these, so I made it a little bit cheaper. And I tried giving that 10% discount if you buy 3 or more, because like that you know, obviously, like, I could fit more than one in the box, so it makes sense, and then I could give you a little bit of a discount. But, like, if somebody orders, like, one of the banana trees and then orders just aquarium plants, like, it completely throws off our like, margins and stuff. So I had to, yeah. Cacti, yeah, we'll be, I got a supplier for cacti and succulents, that I'm looking to get into. So we may be getting some of those. But yeah. These are these sizes. Essentially what you see in the pictures is what you're going to get. I tried to give approximates for the big plants, like Arrowhead Sagittaria. That's the biggest one. If you look down, it says sold as 3.5-inch pot, approximately 30 inches tall. Like, that's more than 30 inches tall, probably. Like, it comes straight up out of the 75-gallon and, like, almost touching the next tank. So that's how big that plant is. Like, it's just massive. You know, the 2-inch pots are small plants. They're, you know, they're like yay big kind of thing. Oh, I'm dripping water on me. But yeah, so. And the rice plant, to answer your question, the rice plant is essentially the same size as the stargrass. Do you know how to tie Pogo Steam and Hellfire to wood? I saw it in one of Amano's old scapes, Oliver Knott, but I'm not sure how to attach it to wood. They probably just waited till the stem was long enough and then tied it, or like wedged it in wood. I mean, I've never grown it on wood, so that would kind of be like a new thing for me, but I think it can be done because it's a pretty easy stem. What are good plants for a nano tank? Can you make a video on putting one together? Yeah, well, actually, so, I don't know should I spoil it? Do you guys want spoilers? Should I spoil it? So, we're going to Reefapalooza and Aquatic Experience this year. Part of my goal for that is bringing beautifully designed tanks. Are we allowed to ask pond plant questions? Yes, you could ask any questions. We've gone over the pond plants. Ask away. So yeah, so we're going to Reefapalooza and Aquatic Experience this year, and we're looking to, you know, I'm trying to make it like a beautiful presentation. And so one of those is we're going to be bringing beautifully done tanks. Myself and Kevin are going to be doing 5 tanks that we're going to be bringing with us, and I may bring additional things too, like maybe the carnivorous pond. I may do another pond to bring, like another micro pond, just to show. No details, but spoil it. So what we're doing is the tanks that we're bringing with us are nano tanks. Like, they're not massive tanks. Obviously, like, moving 5 fish tanks to a convention that are all rimless tanks, very risky, can break. So we're not doing anything massive, but they're going to be nano tanks, and I think they're going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to be filming every one of them. And tanks done by me if Justin pays me. I pay you in food. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some of them. Hopefully Kevin does some of them. That was the plans. I don't know. Kevin's going to be in Germany for, I don't know, a week or so. So time's a ticking. The first one, the Reefapalooza is in June. So, yeah, it's coming up here real soon. The tanks are on their way. They're actually on the truck now, along with 1,000 pounds of aquascape stones, which will be up on the website also for sale. We're going to be doing bulk, we're going to be doing packages, and we'll be doing custom packages. So, so yeah, those are going to be on the website probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks. I think the rock and tanks will probably be here by Monday, Tuesday of next week. So I'm hoping they come on a Tuesday, because if they come on a Monday, then that means I got to move all of them myself. And that's 1,000 pounds of stone. I don't feel like doing that, but if I have to, I will. So yeah. To answer your question, for nano plants, we're going to be doing a video on them, several videos that I think you guys will enjoy. There's going to be lots of different scapes, stuff that's going to be easily replicatable. The whole reason, like I said, with the micro pond is, like, I lived in an apartment you can't have a massive tank like all these guys on YouTube are doing. Like, they're just constantly outdoing each other, doing a massive this one, a massive this one, and that's not practical for a lot of us. And I feel like if I do a nano type setup, that is more practical and a lot more people can relate and replicate it. So that's what I'm doing with the nano stuff. So we're going to be doing another nano pond probably. That's why I have this little bowl right here. I want to do something little, you know, micro. This is what is it, 8 ounce? Is that what this is? 8 ounce? No, this looks more than 8 ounces. Doesn't say. It's IKEA. It was like $5 or something like that. Really cheap. But yeah, I want to do a nano pond out of this. I think it would be really cool. So yeah. Then I got a couple other ones, but I don't know if I like them. Mags feeds me. Exactly, there you go. So where's the event? So both events, the Aquatic Experience and Reefapalooza, are in Secaucus, New Jersey at the Meadowlands, which is, I mean, they say it's New York. It's not really New York. It's in New Jersey. But they're going to be awesome. We're booth at, let's see. We're booth 706 at Reefapalooza. So when you walk into Reefapalooza, you're going to come through like some double doors. And we're going to be all the way to the right and second booth on the right. So you're going to go down one booth and we're going to be right there. Really close to the entrance. And then on, where are we on the Aquatic Experience? The Aquatic Experience, I think our booth is 535. We're going to be right next to the YouTube booth and Flip Aquatics. So we'll be right around that whole crowd. And yeah, so we'll be there also. I think it's 535. Well, more details are on our Facebook page. So if you want like to know for sure, go to H2O Plants on Facebook and check it out there. And yeah. So I see somebody says, plan on filming your nano setups, hopefully. Yes, everyone will be filmed, and almost, so some of them, if not all of them, will be available for purchase at the events also. It's like one of those, we want to do these as not only like for video purposes, so we can film the setup, explain things, like show different sort of scapes. I want to use them as a beautiful art piece for the booth, but then I also want to be able to get them out also, like if people want them, so that way they could just bring them home, set them up at their home, and then I could get a new tank in and do a new scape for it, so that way we can, you know, be evolving them and doing different things. So I mean, if I have to take it back home with me, that's fine. I'll take it back home. We'll either leave it if we really like it, or we'll break it down and set up something new for the next one. So do you ship to the Caribbean? Depends. I think we could ship to Puerto Rico, and I think another, like the Virgin Islands, I think. I haven't tried that I know of, but I've shipped to Puerto Rico. It's been good. Dave says, damn, it's been a while. How's it going? When did you get the crazy hair? The crazy hair. Yeah, I haven't really done my hair this morning. Yeah, it's alright. It's not that bad. Yeah. So what plants are good for a nano tank, though? I didn't answer that part. Anubis Nano Petite, Crypt Parva, Dwarf Four-Leaf Clover, Java Moss, or any sort of moss, really. And Rosette Sword is a good one, too. And Red Tiger Lotus could be a nano plant, too, I guess. Could be. Redneck Aquatic says, I have a 210 gallon with 5 Oscars. I have quite a few sword plants in, and you're doing well with the fish, thinking of, wait. And I guess, and they're doing well with the fish, thinking of putting in Jungle Val. Your thoughts? Thank you. Well, if the Oscars aren't eating the sword, you'll probably be alright. They may uproot them. The best thing that I could recommend is put them in pots of some sort. Like I like, so a lot of people, they do terracotta pots. I like stuff like this, like wine glasses or little vases. Fill it up with substrate, put the plant in there, and then like put this in your, you know, tank somewhere. I mean, this is obviously a bit big, but maybe for a 210 gallon, this would be pretty good. But yeah, that's what I would do. Actually, I should do these. I should use these for carnivorous ponds. I might do another carnivorous pond with that. Let's see. I'm putting a nano tank together, but I'm not sure if I should do plain gravel or get something like Eco Complete or Fluorite. So you want to spend the most money on a good light. get a decent light for the nano tank. I mean, with that said, you don't really have to spend a terrible amount of money for a nano tank because it's not going to cost you a lot. But get a good light if you could afford to. Get the Seachem or get Eco Complete. I mean, I recommend Seachem Fluorite. I think it's better. The black one, regular black. Don't get sand. Don't get the red. The red's a pain in the butt. But yeah, that's what I would do. 002 says, hey Justin, did you know there is an orchid that grows underwater in the wild? It grows in Borneo next to Boos. If you're interested in the scientific name, it's why do you do this to me? Serpidium muscum. I don't know how to say that. Let's look at this thing. I have heard of a possible species, but I never like actually looked it up. So let's see. If it is an underwater orchid, I want it. One, because I'm a plant collector. And oh, that's pretty. Wow, if that's it, I want it. I need to get one of these. Do people sell them? For sale. Doesn't look like anybody has it for sale. So, you're going to need to contact some suppliers and see if they can get it. Being paid in food is the best. That's right. I'm thinking about putting some Java fern and trident that grows like crazy in my aquarium, in my koi pond, and seeing how it does. It'll probably do okay. I don't think it'll be that bad. Hey Justin, did you know there? Oh yeah, I already read that. I saw you got hornwort during your huge plant unboxing or opening box. So my question is, does planting it versus floating it, do you see a difference in plant growth or no? Anytime that I've ever seen it planted, the bottoms like just rot out. So it likes to be floated. So it's tough to do. Ah, Joey's here. He says, take off your shirt. Sure. No, nobody wants to see that, Joey. Nobody wants to see that. If you start throwing dollars at me, maybe. But we'll have to take this into a private chat. Poop says, I don't know why I giggle at his name every time. I have a glosso carpeted tank and a flame moss tree. What would you recommend for a cool accent plant? Depending on the size of the tank, I would maybe do a crypt. Like, you know, here or there, or like maybe around the base of the tree would be cool. Any West Coast events you know of? Well, I'm not going to any on the West Coast. I'm going to the ones here just because they're 20 minutes from my house, which is awesome. So it makes it super easy for me. But yeah. Rinse the heck out of fluorite, very dusty. Yeah, I'd say so. Now they're saying, Joey, you take off your shirt. What's your advice on substrate? I have 3 29 gallons I'm trying to set up for planted tanks. Let's see, hold on. Instagram is about to go down, guys. If you're following on Instagram, go to YouTube youtube.com/H2O Plants and check out the live stream there. Let's see, substrate for a 29 gallon. I mean, if you have the money, get something really good. But if you don't, I would go with Seachem Fluorite. That's like my middle of the ground substrate. It's not super expensive, but it's not like super crappy. And that's what I would do. Or you could do sand and do root tabs or gravel. Not a big deal. Okay, there we go. Share. What is your experience with pink flamingo crypts? Are they really pink, or do they need ultra high tech to be pink? They actually grow better in a medium light tank versus my highlight tank. So, yeah, that's the deal with them. What goes on here? Okay. Best CO2 regulators in a tank. Wanna get one from my 20 rimless. Any thoughts? So regulators, I mean, the ones off Aquatech I've heard are okay. Greenleaf aquariums are okay. With that said, I've never bought... Well, I bought the Aquatech one. It didn't work out for me just because of the way I was trying to run my CO2 setup. But they were, you know, it worked. It would have worked for one. And, to buy a CO2 tank, I would look on Craigslist, find somebody that isn't in the aquarium hobby that is looking to sell it because it'll be much cheaper. Also check Facebook groups and like local yard sale websites and marketplace. You'd be able to find one pretty cheap. I bought my what was it, a 5 or 10 pound tank plus a regulator for like 120 bucks, and it was a custom built regulator, so pretty cool. UNS regulators are amazing. I haven't tried them yet. I could actually order them. We're able to order from UNS, so I was thinking about ordering them, but they were out this time, so no regulator. Thanks, Beardman. Looking for crypts now. Nice. Root tabs are the way. That they are. I have 3 pink flamingos in low light, and they are great. Nice, David. Yeah. Crypts are easy. They don't need a ton of light. Look up Pogo Steamin' Hillfire Wicked. It looks like underwater broccoli. What? What is this? I don't believe you. I like broccoli. So if this looks like broccoli, I may order some just so I could eat it. Not kidding. Or not joking. Or joking. Boom. Here we go. I guess. I mean, kind of. That's really cool, though. Does only Aquaflora have it, though? I want it. That plant looks like a palm tree behind you. Looks very badass. Yeah. Well, this is a dwarf banana tree. We're selling these now, so you guys can buy them. Let's see, Anubis or Boos. I like Boos just because it's different colors and stuff. What's the difference between a good and a bag regulator? I've been running 3 cheap Milwaukees for years without issues. I mean, a lot of people just like, I know a lot of people discredit the Milwaukee ones. I've never tried them, so I can't speak, but like, everybody likes their own stuff. That's the thing. Like, you gotta just use it and see what works for you, kind of thing. Just look up the reviews. Amazon's a good place. Look up Amazon, like on Amazon, type in CO2 regulator, and look at the reviews. I mean, you'll get honest opinions there, pretty much. Have a good night later, Matthew. Have a good night yourself. That one guy still worked there. Forgot his name. I haven't been on in a while. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Kevin? I mean, Kevin doesn't work for us. He collabs with me. Well, no, he's not going to be here next week. I was going to say he might come next week, but he's not going to be here. Hey, Justin, what's one word to describe your aquarium hobby interest? Oh, God. One word. I should come up with like a really fancy word for you. I would say tiring. Tiring. You know, this is both a job and a hobby at this point. Like, I get to nerd out with plants and all that, but at the end of the day, I gotta make sure that all of this, you know, especially with 4 people now on our payroll and not myself yet. That's funny. I have 4 people that I'm paying, but I don't make any money yet. But yeah, so it's tiring. Like, literally my days consist of like my schedule, just to keep it brief. Mondays are days that I spend with Margaret and the baby. Tuesday we pack orders. I edit video for that day. Wednesday I do this. Then, you know, normally I'll film Thursday's video. Thursday we have plant shipment, and also I'll edit Thursday's video. Friday is family day. Usually I spend with Margaret, Hector, and the baby. Saturday is like house stuff, so like yard work. Right now I'm working on restoring my front yard. You know, stuff like that. And then Sunday is packing orders, editing another video, filming, whatever. So it's a busy schedule. It's very tiring. I have zero time for myself. So, it's tiring, but it's fun. I enjoy it. I get, to play with plants, and it's like one of those. A lot of people would say, like, well, if you're running a business, you should be more like trying to make sales and stuff and things like that. I'm like, yeah, but I also want to enjoy what I'm doing. Like, I enjoy plants. That's why, like, the upstairs of my house has a ton of plants. So, yeah, there's gonna be some cool things in the works here soon, but there's a lot of plants upstairs, and there's gonna be more tanks and stuff like that. So, yeah. Hey Justin, oh no wait, how big of a CO2 setup would you need for a 210 gallon setup? Well, you could get, I see Kevin recommends an inline reactor, you could do that, and then as far as big, like you could run that probably comfortably off a 5 gallon or 5 pound CO2 tank for like 3 months, depending on how much you have it on. If you do like a 10 pound CO2 container, it's 6 months, so you get a lot out of it. Like, I run the whole fish room here on 120, what is it, 20 or 10 pound? I think it's 10 pound. 15 pound maybe? I forget what it is. Is it 10 pound? No, it might be 20. I don't remember. It's 20 pound, I think. And that runs the whole fish room for like 3 months, and that's like mad tanks. Like, I have 4, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 currently on it, with room to go up to 16. And I will be running the new nano tanks that are coming in off of the same canister. Also, I'm going to run a CO2 line from down here upstairs into another distribution center, all from the same tank. I don't know if it's going to work. I hope it does. But if it doesn't, then I'll just have to buy another regulator and CO2 tank. So, yeah. What kind of light does it need? I imagine you were talking about this. Well, these are outdoor plants typically, but I do grow one in a sunny window upstairs. So just put in a sunny window. If you have a tank near a sunny area of your room, perfect for it. Or if you have a, if you want to somehow manage to put this in an aquarium some way, shape, or how, and you have like a hanging light that is above it, that'll work too. And it does get 4 feet tall, so keep that in mind. Or 2 to 4 feet tall, depending on it. Are you talking about Jake, Davey? In my 20 rimless, I have ADA soil with a Phoenix 24/7 SE, which gives plenty of light for most plants. I don't use CO2 yet. All my other plants are doing great, but my Monte Carlo isn't doing well. Any tips? I've been having issues with my, I'm having issues with my Monte Carlo also in my 55. For some reason, I don't know, I blasted my CO2 and it did great, and then I tuned it back a little bit, and now it's not growing as good anymore, so I'm not entirely sure. I was told that it could go with low light. I mean, people have told me that they've had great success with it, but yeah, I don't know. Question, can you talk about a mangrove cutting? I found a source, but don't want them if no good. I've never used a mangrove cutting. They do like brackish water. With that said, I don't know if you could grow it in straight fresh water. I've never tried. You might be able to. Kevin might actually be able to answer that, because I think was it Aquatic Experience? I think Aquatic Experience, somebody used a mangrove in a freshwater aquascape, I think. Kevin says he's doing a 45 centimeter cube now. He's going live on Instagram if you want to tune in. Very nice. Yeah, we're about to get off here. We're actually at the hour mark, even though we're only 44 minutes into this live stream. That's because the other live stream messed up for 15 minutes. So I'm sorry that I'm going to cut this short. But I got to go film tomorrow's video. And then I got to go spend some time upstairs with the kid and Margaret before I get killed. Because one day you're going to be like, well, it's Wednesday. Where's the live stream? And then there will be an article... man grows aquarium plants in basement found fed to fish or something like that, and I'll be chopped up in little bitty pieces and fed to all the fish, because that's what Margaret will do. But, yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm gonna go. I gotta film tomorrow's video. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, next week we'll touch on something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Check out the website. Like I said, pond plants, air plants, tons of stuff. Stone coming in about a week and a half. Oh, we have blog articles now on the website, too. If you want to go check out, it's under Learn. Click on that. There's a blog article having to do with bringing out the color of your beta. So if you have a beta, pretty cool. And that's it. I will see you guys on the next one. Later, Catherine. Later, Fish Loft. Later, guys. See ya.